Hello, we are going to present the team project report, course 01208211, Engineering Design and Modeling. Lecturer, Associate Professor Ekathai, Wirojsakunchai. The team project report is hand washed, created with SolidWorks 2021. Student members of the group are Pruek Lergchinnaboot and Weerapat Poungkaew. The first part is backwash, creating the back plate by extrude boss base the circle, then fillet the edge and sign the back of it with our first name on it by using the text tool. The next one is crown wash, sketching the form that we want to create and then use the revolve boss base function to create it. Then we extrude cut only one on top of it to use the function called circular pattern. The first extrude cut used as reference to create like Miller function around the surface on the arc of circle as you can see on the picture. The last thing to make sure that we have this part in the right scale, so we test by put it on the assembly of the wash body. Next is the glass wash, creating by use few simple tools by create the sketch that scale suit for the wash face to put on, then extrude wash base the circle and then changing the appearance to the clear glass texture to make it look transparency. Next is our hand, starting with create a mini disc with extrude boss base on the both sides of it. Creating hand of it by calculate and estimate the scale that would suit on the watch face. Then extrude boss base of the hand and get extrude cut on the tip of it and edit appearance of it. Next is minute hand. We start the same as the hour hand by starting from mini disc on the middle and extrude boss base on the both sides of it and create the hand. But in this case, we setting it more longer than the hour hand. Next is second hand. This one, the second hand is more complicated than the hour hand and minute hand before. We start from the sketching, then we extrude boss base and extrude cut on the tip of it to create water sprite as the other hand before. Extrude boss base to cover the one side of the hole because the second hand is on the top of our hands when it on the pin on the middle of the face was. Next is wash vessel. Start with making it like a flat link by extrude boss base the outside of it. We chamfer the outside of the edge. Then we use the same technique with crown wash by using the circular pattern function. Start from extrude cut only one point for set it to reference point to use the circular pattern to copy extrude cut on all of the circular surface. Next step, we put the minute number on it like the normal diver wash normally do. We also add the line and triangle to look like the real one. The last thing, we decide to make it to black color. It would look suit more. Next is wash case, starting by extrude boss base to make it look like coin and extrude cut, make it like shape of coin on the back for putting the backwash part into it. Extrude cut and then extrude cut on the front as well, but don't cut it through the back. We just want to put face wash part in it. Next step, we create one leg part of it and mirror them by using the middle line as reference. Then we extrude boss base it and we use the revolve cut to make a slope on it all of the foreleg. But we found on the right side should have shape that cover the crown wash part, so we fix it to make proper way. Lastly, we add the appearance on it by using the polished steel material. And next,
Wash face. First step, create the base by sketch and using leveled boss base to create the whole line around the outside circle by using the similar pattern tools like before. If tools cut off of the whole line to make has a fast sloping shape on the edge surface. Create the water spit on the inside surface using the circular pattern as before, and we add the day and date monitor box on the TO water spit Extrude cut a bit deeper on the date box and put the red button on the both day and date box. Lastly, extrude cut a bit deep down on all the water spray and put on the logo brand and description on the face wash surface. We change the logo name and color from our decision to make it look more recognized and look more professional. Next, wash with scale. Start with a small size. Simple to create by extrude boss base the circle is length 1 mm used in a small joy hole. Next is middle size. Simple create like the small one and put a length of 10 mm. The last one is the wrong size. Its length 18 mm mostly used in joy of edge with page. Next, wash with part 1. Begin the mesos compare to the circle that radius equate to wash body and create a 3 little joint with the cut of the circle circumference on the top. Extrude boss base the part, fillet the edge on the bottom and extrude boss base more on the top of it to make it has slope detail. Then extrude cut off the volume that we don't need. We check to make sure it cut can push on the side of body wash by assemble it together. Then we create a hole by extrude cut it and extrude cut it a little bit on slope to adding the texture on it to not make it look pan and simple. By making the line, we create a very normal rectangle with the wide size of 0.0001 mm to make it like a line and extrude cut it only 0.01 mm. Next, wash with part 2. Firstly, extrude boss base it like normal way and extrude cut to create a hole on the both sides of it by 2 holes per edge size. Adding the apparent texture, edit a sketch to make it longer and move in the hole to make it short. It was by checking when put it on the ensemble. Next, wash with party. Firstly, extrude board base the sketch shape, then fill it at on the top and on that side, expect the right side and left side. Create a hole and extrude cut to create the line on it. By use the same technique as before to make it don't look like only one page and change the texture appearance. Finally, after time to put it on the watch with assemble, the shape isn't look great enough so we fix the sketch a bit and get the right shape. Okay, next, watch with part 4. The way to create it like the watch white party, but actually because it's small simplify than the last part. Create a hole on it and make it like the both sides by using the same technical as before. Lastly, we have to change the sketch scale a bit to make it more acceptable when on the assemble. Next, watch with part 5. Create by extrude boss base the sketch. Make it length of 18 mm to choose the outer part and also the long scale. Then extrude cut of it. Get it a shape that we want. Then extrude cut to create a hole on both of the circle and shaping the appearance. Okay, next, part 6. This part harder than the last one a bit because it's more complicated that lasts on one bit. By extrude boss base first and then extrude cut as the picture. Extrude cut more on the order for create to the detail when we want. After we check by time put it on the ensemble, but font out order didn't choose with the ensemble, so we need to fix it and adding more length. The final form, we change the form of the shape a bit to make it more realistic by making it slope a bit on the board lay. Part 7. The part is created with swap boss base by using 3 plans for the least length. We create more plan for adding the detail on it later on the step. We edit by using the extrude boss base and extrude cut to make shape like we want. And we get the final shape as we want, but we add the detail more on the middle. By using the extrude boss base to create the shape like a box and fill it out full size. Part 8. Beginning. We use the swap boss base by using 3 panels for the reference the same as the last part. Then we use the extrude boss base to create detail on the top and the bottom of it as the picture below. Part 9. First, we do the beginning technical, the swap boss base by using T-pens for the reference as same as the last 2 parts, but we want to tie to it put it on. In the assemble it did not go where we describe from reform it. We reshape by make it symmetric so that can cable to handle that other part properly and check it work by time it's on assemble. Then we actually cut to create a hole to make more the detail on it. Last, we actually cut again, more to create the texture for the next part to put it on this part. Part 10. Repainting by estimate the scala from the assemble to create this part and we keep it checking it step by step when the part is of whole proper scale by putting it on assemble. We create the outer pan on the other side of it to create another hand of the part. Last, we assign the logo to the watch under the part. Assemble. We use the made add additive parts together but the middle of our hands and the bezel. We use the concentric, so then we can move like logistic one. As you can see on the picture below, we made the part with scale by using the concentric made so they can move freely to each other. Last, we decided to change the color and the logo brand name because it looked more professional. Then is the look each other display style. Emotion. We're going to show the animation of the rotating of the hands on the watch. Exploding view. And the next one is appearing view of the band hand watch. Drawing of the final assemble in the picture. Thank you for your attention.